Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So that is something that interests you. Please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So first up, Disney Plus has canceled the series Willow after just one season.
Oh, my.
Never watched it. I was semi-curious, but Willow just wasn't one of my favorite movies back in the day. It just wasn't.
A book, too, wasn't it?
And I read the book as well. I think I did enjoy the book, but I remember not.
Yeah, I liked the book.
The movie, not the movie was bad. I just remember it wasn't one of my, like, whoo-hoo, like I got to keep watching over and over type of thing. So that's probably I wasn't that keen to get into the series, but that's too bad. It only got one season. Hopefully for those of you that watched it had a good resolution. Hopefully, I don't know. I never heard anything about it, whether it be good or bad, so I don't know.
Maybe that's why they're canceling, because not many people watched it.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Peacock has ordered a Monk reunion movie. So Tony Shalhoub.
Everybody loved Monk.
Right. Tony Shalhoub will return in the title role along with Ted Levine, Traylor Howard, and Hector Elizondo. Which, sorry, spoiler, because this show has been way old at this point, but Hector Elizondo's character passed away, so I don't know if we're going to see him as a ghost.
Oh, geez.
A flashback.
Do you think they forgot?
I don't see how you could have. It was that was a major plot point in the later seasons that he had passed, and Monk didn't know what he was going to do with himself because he was kind of like his tether, like his rock in terms of his life working things out. So anyway, when I saw his name in Dash, I was like, what? I'm assuming it's either flashbacks or I hope he's not hallucinating him because that would be bad. That means something has gone terribly wrong more in his mind.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Peacock also has renewed Days of Our Lives for 2 more years. Yay for soap fans.
Yay. Even though I don't watch it anymore. Yay.
I know. I mean, that is good news. You never know when a soap opera moves to a platform you have to pay for how it's going to go. But I guess it's doing good. So, and I've watched some recent episodes, and it's so funny that now that they're on Peacock, they have up the adult factor a little bit. There's some, not like there's no F word swearing, but you do see some swearing on the road. Obviously, you couldn't do that on network TV, and it's not like the romantic scenes are like harsh or anything. But you could tell that they do more with them than they couldn't do.
Well, Yellowstone was on there. The reruns, not reruns, but kind of, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean, because Peacock's a streaming service.
Were all over the place.
But I can see if I'm on a soap opera and I'm used to a certain way of doing things,
right?
And I'm an actor, maybe you happen to be an actor, maybe that isn't comfortable doing that stuff. I mean, I could see you don't want to push them too far in terms of, we're going to turn all this rated R content. You're like, what? No, I don't want to do that. So I can see why they're just doing a little bit more that they couldn't do before. So I think it works. It works just fine. I love it. So Keke Palmer and Kevin Hart are teaming up for The Backup movie. This is going to be about a player played by Kevin Hart who decides he's ready to settle down with his childhood friend, but she ends up engaged to someone else. The old back in the day type of rom-com.
Yep.
This sounds cute. Keke Palmer, she just had a baby, and I feel like she's just late 20s. I feel she's too young to be a childhood friend of Kevin Hart's, but I guess we'll have to suspend disbelief on that one. Because I'm like, Kevin Hart is in his 40s.
Right.
It's like, Keke is not. So anyway, okay. Well, we'll have to suspend some disbelief about being childhood friends, but that's fine. Denzel Washington, this was a surprise, has joined the Gladiator sequel being directed by Ridley Scott.
I'm super excited about this.
Don't know what character he'll be playing, but yes, I'm very curious.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just put him in there so I can look at him. I don't care. I think I may have told you this before. That is one man that I just, would drop everything for.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I would. I just would. And what an upstanding guy. I mean, he's got...
That's true.
He's a family man, his wife of what, 30 years maybe?
I think it's like
now?
40.
Maybe 40? Oh my gosh. Just makes you love him even more. Yeah. Not to mention he's a great actor. Yeah. All this is my opinion, of course, but...
Yeah, I want to say it's 40 years because I think his oldest son is in his 30s, so that...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he just seems so nice to most of his fellow actors, as long as you're... do the work and are nice to him.
Well, and and he's all about, doing the work, he doesn't, he seems to be able to steer clear of all the
The drama.
All the drama that goes on in Hollywood. So,
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like I said, I thought very highly of him.
Greaves.
When I learned that he had recommended Austin Butler for Elvis, I was like, that was very nice of him. Something he obviously didn't need to do. But the fact is, he'd been in a play with him, and he thought that he acted so well that he felt he should be seen.
And look at the awards he received.
And look how well that turned out.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, it was acknowledged that he probably would never have even gotten the audition without him putting in a word for him to even be seen, because he wasn't a well-known actor. So
no, not at all.
I think that's awesome. Anyway, so yes, looking forward to seeing what he does with Gladiator.
Yeah.
And then in final news, Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole will star in Mother Mary. This is about a fictional musician played by Hathaway and her relationship with an iconic fashion designer played by Cole. I haven't seen Anne Hathaway in a minute.
I know, yeah.
Michaela, she used to have a show on HBO called I Did It or something like that. I never did see it. I heard good things about it, but I never did see it. And then she also was in the last Black Panther movie as one of the Gladiator women.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so this sounds interesting, but I like Anne Hathaway in general, so I'm
looking
forward to seeing what that's about. And now it's time for movie and TV shows out this week. So first up, we have John Wick Chapter 4. This is in theaters and stars Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, and Donnie Yen. So with the price on his head ever increasing, legendary hitman John Wick takes his fight against the high table global as he seeks out the most powerful players in the underworld, from New York to Paris to Japan to Berlin. I, of course, want to see this because I've seen all the John Wicks, and they're so entertaining.
Yes, they are good.
They are really good. Maybe we should see this together.
Yeah, let's do that.
This will be one of our movies, and we can review it for you. Yes, done and done. Then we have A Good Person. This is in theaters and stars Florence Pugh, Morgan Freeman, and Molly Shannon. So Allison is a young woman with a wonderful fiancé, a blossoming career, and supportive family and friends. However, her world crumbles in the blink of an eye when she survives an unimaginable tragedy, emerging from recovery, of course, with an opioid addiction and unresolved grief. In the following year, she forms an unlikely friendship with her would-be father-in-law that gives her a fighting chance to put her life back together and move forward. This is another movie directed by Zach Braff. I think it's only his third movie he's ever directed. And he did start dating Florence Pugh, which was the big hoopla at the time. They're not together, just because, again, of their age difference. And I don't know what it is. He always comes across as creepy to me. His funny smile, to me, it's creepy. It's like, he was in Scrubs that series around for 6-7 years, but I don't know. He always is this. And so to me, it wasn't even the age difference. He just seems creepy. So, and I think she's so cute. It's just I don't like the thought of you together just because you come across creepy to me. Yeah. It wasn't even the age. I was just no. So I'm glad. Anyway, I was just glad that
sometimes that's good for the career,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not to go there, but that's a thing.
Well, that's true. I don't feel she needs the help. She's been all over the place since Little Women, and then obviously Black Widow last whatever year that came out,
that's
2021.
True. Yeah.
But anyway, I've heard she's good in it. I've heard the movie. I've heard mixed reviews about the movie, so it's not one I would probably see because I just can't see too many Debbie Downers like that.
So what you're saying is you don't watch all the murder shows like I do.
No. I mean, and I think I've said it probably before, but it's unfortunately, growing up in my house with my mom and her watching so many Lifetime movies, it's just turned me off so many of those type of style shows. Yeah. It's I'm addicted to this, or I'm murdering this person, or the
babysitter who's got the
and so
for the husband,
Yeah, it's so sometimes I'm just not in the mood for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll probably would see it, but I'll definitely wait till it hits a streaming platform for me to do so. Then we have The Night Agent. This is a new series on Netflix and stars D.B. Woodside, Gabriel Basso, and Hong Chow. So while monitoring an emergency line, an FBI agent answers a call that plunges him into a deadly conspiracy involving a mole at the White House. I think this looks very good.
Yeah, look at this. It was so funny. It just kind of came up on my little Netflix app here.
Well, that's funny.
At first I thought it was what's his teeth from The Killing, but it's not. I think this guy's younger, right?
Yeah, he looks younger.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So I do think it looks.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good. So I'll probably definitely check it out. I love those.
High octane political thriller.
Psh.
Whoa, hot.
I'm down.
It had me at high octane.
I'm down. Then we have Waco, an American Apocalypse. This is a docuseries on Netflix. So in Waco, Texas, 1993, cult leader David Koresh faces off against the federal government in a 51-day siege that begins with the biggest gunfight on American soil since the Civil War and ends with a fiery inferno captured live on national television.
Do you remember when that happened?
I do.
Where were you when that happened?
Well, I was a sophomore in high school. I do know that. And I remember seeing it on the news and thinking, what? Just when my mom was describing this, I was like, "What? That's just crazy town."
Yeah, I've seen documentaries.
I have seen documentaries on it. It's interesting they're doing another one. I'm not sure why.
Well, maybe there's more information. Yeah.
And I did. I feel like I did start watching like the mini series they did about it that had what's his name? Oh, Taylor Kitsch as David Koresh.
Yes,
but I never got beyond the first episode. So. Anyway, I think that was on Hulu.
Yeah, I came across that and I thought, I've seen several of those. What more could there be? But I might just give it a whirl because I love documentaries.
Of course she will. No worries, people. If you want someone else's take on it, Rochelle has got you.
And it's a documentary.
Rochelle has got you.
I am there for you. There for you. Yes.
And then we have Rabbit Hole. This is a new series on Paramount Plus starring our favorite spy, Keith Sutherland, Meta Golding, and Charles Dance. So nothing is what it seems when John Weir, master of deception in the world of corporate espionage, is framed for murder by powerful forces with the ability to influence and control populations.
That sounds good.
Yes, I did watch the trailer about it. I'm interested just from John because he's in it, and he is the one that is playing, again, the spy. So... I will definitely check it out. Paramount Plus means, of course, it's just going to be a weekly drop, which is fine. So I'll definitely check that out and let you guys know what I thought of the pilot. And then finally, which I forgot and wrote down last minute, Yellow Jackets is coming back. Season 2 on Showtime starts on Sunday. If you do have it, like I do, through the Showtime app, you can actually view it on Friday, which is nice. You get to view it 2 days earlier. So just FYI, if anyone...
Is it HBO Max?
No, it's Showtime.
Oh, sorry, Showtime.
It's Showtime. Yes.
Shoot, I don't know if I have Showtime. I can't remember. Maybe I do. No,
you would have had to have it to watch Dexter. Now, if you canceled it after Dexter was done.
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, okay.
Then so I might have to. I'll have to get it back
because she needs to watch season 1 still, guys, because it's so good.
Oh, I know. Why is that one I just forget about? But I do. I did like it. So I need to finish it.
You do, because I can't wait to see it. I mean,
it's on my list.
And lots of things, several storylines that are on a cliffhanger, so I can't wait to have it pick up and find out where it's going. So looking forward to that. So what we've been watching this week. So first up for me, I saw Scream 6 in theaters. Again, this stars Courtney Cox, Melissa Barra, and Jenny... Hot as can be, Jenny Ortega, Hot Off Wednesday, the TV show Wednesday.
Right.
Anyway, I did really enjoy this movie. It definitely was gorier than previous ones. I don't think the previous ones are rated R like this one is, and that probably obviously upped the gore factor. It did have a lot of cool kills in it. I liked all the cast. Some of the newbies, I was like, but that's okay. The main, or I should say, the core four. Slight spoiler alert, that's just a nickname that one of the main four from the last movie give themselves. We're the core four. We survived last time. We're the core four. Anyway, I just thought it was very enjoyable. I did not guess the killer. My friend that I went with, she actually did guess the killer. It was funny. She kept going back and forth. No. It was funny. Like we were sitting there. I'm like, who? Or like halfway in, I was like, who do you think it is? She told me. And I told her somebody else, and she's like, no, I'm thinking this. And then she backed off it. Never mind, I'm changing my mind. But then, more towards...
So it's good. It's got those twists in there.
Yeah.
Keeps throwing you off.
Yes, it did. It did keep throwing me off. So I did enjoy it. It was nice seeing Hayden Panettiere back. She actually was playing an FBI agent, which was a cute line from Courtney Cox's character.
Did you miss Nave Campbell?
She was like... I did, actually. I did still miss her. She was mentioned as to where she was, which was fine. So if something can be worked out later in this, I'm sure this series will continue. Hopefully she can be brought back going forward. But yeah, I did miss her. As far as how the story went, I don't know where she would have fit in the story as it is now, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So, but I still, it's just... she's just is part of Scream, so it was weird her not being there. But
yeah,
at least Courtney Cox was still there. Like I said, it was nice seeing Hayden Panettiere's Kirby, and yeah, I just thought it was just really enjoyable. I like that they moved the story from Woodsboro to New York, so that actually was a nice change of pace. They linked again. There was still. I like how they keep linking all the previous movies, and it makes sense. It's not like they're linking and you're like, that never happened, or no, everything makes sense as to the callbacks to previous films. So that was nice. So I would give this one 4 wine corks out of 5. I definitely recommend going to see it. And then I finished all of Carnival Row season 2 on Amazon. I know I talked about the first 2 episodes when I watched it when it premiered a couple weeks back, but I just want to give an overall review of the whole season. It was hit and miss for me. I still enjoy Philo and Vignette, but I was telling Rochelle earlier, I didn't enjoy Philo as much as I did in the first season, which is okay. I mean, the other characters I actually was really enjoying Tourmaline in this season, whereas to me she was kind of like, whatever in the first season, but I actually did really enjoy her in this one.
Yes.
As well as his friend David, I think is his name, the werewolf. What's it? Not a werewolf. He's just he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I enjoy getting to see his character more since we didn't really see him much in the first season. And so
and his relationship with Tourmaline, so he's very protective. Yeah.
It was just nice to see. So like I said, it was kind of up and down for me. But overall, enjoyed it. It had a closed ending, which is important for me when you know something is over. So I'm glad
it is over.
Yeah,
it's not coming back for season 3. Mm-hmm. Well, that I'm
supposed
sad.
to be its final season.
Well, now I'm sad.
So although I didn't like the ending, I am glad it was a closed ending. So for season 2 overall, I would give this. I'm going to say 3 wine corks out of 5. So it was good, but just not as good as season 1 was for me. So once Rochelle finishes, she can give her take on that to you. But yeah, for me, it was just okay. And then finally, I watched the 2nd season of Sex/Life on Netflix. As I told y'all when I announced this was coming out, it took me a bit, y'all. I mean, I get it's only been out for like 3 weeks, but I would have normally been right on it, but I was hesitant because I'm sorry, the main character in there just drives me nuts, or she did on season. And she was better this season. She actually was better this season, and now the husband wanted to drive me nuts.
Oh, no.
I was just like, I get it, dude. You're irritated by this whole situation with your wife, but his choices just made no sense. He was so frustrating to watch, unfortunately, in his case. I was so mad. Sorry, I'm forgetting what the husband's name is. But Brad, who's the ex-boyfriend, he actually grew on me, whereas he was irritating me a little bit in the first one. So I felt like everyone had a 180 for me in season 2. The romantic scenes, honestly, they were kind of meh versus the first season. Just wasn't that great to me. A lot of it was not necessary. And maybe it was just the way it was filmed. I don't know. It was just, weird. They actually had a romantic scene with one of the characters who's pregnant. And I was like, oh my. This is interesting. Oh my. And it wasn't that there was like so graphic or anything. It was just odd.
Well, you know what? It is rather odd when you're pregnant. So
right?
I can see.
I've never been pregnant and had sex while pregnant, so I don't know what it should look and or be like.
It's
but
not
it was
fun.
just it was just odd. I mean, kudos to them, I guess, for including something like that, because I mean, I can't think of any other show I've ever seen where that's been shown. But
what is the premise of the show?
So, Billy, that's her. Thank you. Just brought her name back. So Billy is married to a very nice, wonderful man. They have 2 young kids. But one day she runs into her ex, Brad, she always felt was the love of her life, but he could never commit. Oh. He loved her, but she wanted to grow, get married and have kids of their own. But he's like, I don't want any of that. Like that so she had to finally move on. So she had dumped him, found this other very great guy. And anyway, but she doesn't feel that their sex life is that fulfilling with her husband. And so as an outlet, she just starts doing a journal because her friend's like, why don't you just journal your feelings and take it from there? Because she doesn't feel like talking to her husband about it, which is stupid. Anyway. The husband she ends up running into Brad out and about one day in New York, and then so she keeps having like these daydreams back to their past, and like like how like hot and everything they were and how great they were together. And then her husband though finds the journal and at first is pissed, like you're writing all these things. She's like, but I haven't acted on anything. I'm just writing down my feelings about stuff. I've been faithful, nothing's happening. And so he, which I thought was very interesting, a different turn than I thought it was going to take. He agrees to like experiment, like he wants to make her happy, he wants to make this work. So he agrees to do all these extra things to like help spice up like the love life. And it's like nothing is enough for this woman, which is what drove me crazy in the first, like nothing he did like was like, she would claim like she's happy, then she would like act out in a dumb way. It's just like, what? Anyway, so that's the basic premise of the show. And so in the second season, it's not giving too much away just to say that it's kind of more of the same, but now that he's aware of like everything that she was thinking or going through and that she's still not happy, it's kind of like they're taking their own like paths in terms of fulfillment. And it's just, like I said, it just goes so awkwardly bad in his case. And he just drove me crazy. Whereas Billy all of a sudden was like, oh, look, he decided to be an adult again. Yeah. It's just, like have her head on straight. Loves being a mom and actually like, anyway, so. It was okay. I mean, thank God it was only 6 episodes, which is 2 less than last season. Oh, last season was 8. This was only 6. So it went by super fast. And the time jumps. That was the other thing, too. I was just like, all of a sudden it was like 2 weeks later, a month later, a year. I was like, whoa. They were just jumping through time like no other in this one. They're like, okay. I'm not sure if they just were like in a rush to get this out. And so they shortened it. But that's fine. It ended on actually a very positive note. But overall, I'd only give the season like 2.5 wine corks. It just wasn't that great, unfortunately. Yeah. And the story was just like, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the only person I liked was Billy and her best friend. Those were only 2. Oh. The rest are just like, okay.
Okay. Well, so, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't recommend it unless you or someone like me who did watch the first season. Otherwise, don't bother.
Okay, well, I'm not going to then. Yay, that's off my list. Because I've got to finish up these others. So I'm kind of boring this week because I'm trying to get through Carnival Row and then again and watch jazz games at the same time. And it's very hard to complete all this.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I love this. I love this show. I do. But like you, like I'm having an issue this season with Philo, and his whole demeanor and his personality. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like it doesn't make much sense to me. And he and the whole vignette relationship. But I love the creepy characters in it. I do like the relationship between Imogen and what's his name? The puck.
Oh,
Agreus.
There you go. Thank you. I'm like, wait a minute.
So, So I like that they've we're running away. We're getting out of the burg so that we can be together, and because they're different species basically, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, which is frowned upon, and so now they think they're going to go somewhere where they can be together and be happy, and of course that's not reality, and everything's imploding. But unlike you, it has been kind of a little ride for me. But I think my biggest letdown has been Philo's character. Mm-hmm. Again, though, I do love the whole show. Like last season was awesome. It was in my opinion. But this season, it's a different, just a whole different storyline, and the creatures that this shapeshifter, like I was saying, was pretty awesome. I know you thought it was gross.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just can't get with it.
And that's probably what made it so great for me. Anyway, so
side note I will say about Orlando Bloom is that I was like, I think he's cute now. I don't think I ever really thought he was before. It's like he got old. Like he's one of those guys who got older, and I was like, okay, I like how you look now. It was crazy to me.
Funny?
I mean, it's not that I thought he was ugly by no means. Hello, during like the Pirates of the Caribbean era when he first appeared. But I don't know, he was just too boyish and youngish.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Especially not in Lord of the Rings. I didn't like how he looked in that actually at all. Yeah. I think it was the blonde hair, honestly.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I was like, I really like how you look now.
You know, he is not. Well,
he's aged well for me, anyway. So,
do you think any of that his face was prosthetic at all? Because I thought he looked very different.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I just think he's gotten older and he's gained a little weight. That's
probably it.
And so his face rounded
is
out.
very, very round.
Yeah. I know he was very round, but I mean, he's definitely, because he gained some weight. He has put on some muscle, and so I just think that changed
Well, his wife did have a baby, and men do tend to gain weight when their wives gain weight to have the baby. So that could have been it. But
sorry,
I don't
just side note.
He was cute.
Oh, see, so she's opposite. We flip-flop.
I'm just opposite. But you know, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
It just was kind of hard to understand him sometimes, and I did have my
closed caption.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and but I did think it was really good. So other than that, than kind of the things that I mentioned. But anyway, I'm on 9. I'm going to finish it probably by tonight, maybe.
Awesome.
And we'll chat about it maybe next time. So anyway, but that's kind of it for me. Like I said, I've been watching these Jazz games. You don't even want to get me started on those. So
well, all right, sounds good. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. So first up, this movie is called Joyride. It is going to be out July 7th and stars Stephanie. I'm not sure if it's Sue or who. Anyway, she's from
Shoe, maybe.
Or Shoe.
I don't know.
She played the daughter in Everything Everywhere All at Once. For those who have not watched that, she was nominated in the supporting actress category, along with her co-star Jamie Curtis. Anyway, and then we also have Ashley Park, who's from Emily in Paris. She actually is the one bright spot in that series, people. Ashley Park. And then Sherry Cola, who I don't know. I've never seen her before. Anyway, I actually really enjoyed this. The trailer to me started out like semi-serious because you have these two families talking, and then one's white, one's Asian, and then the Asian was like, we're not from here, but we are from like this country. I was like, what? Like, oh no, where is this going? And then, he's like, oh no, I just wanted to see if, your kid would play with my daughter. And like, they've adopted an Asian kid, and they have and they're like, so they would play. And then it's like, this idiot on the playground is just like, he calls them ching chongs or something. I was like, oh my hell. But and so I was like, oh god. So, and I know this is about, and then when she punched the kid, I'm like, oh, this isn't serious.
And that's not okay.
I was like, this isn't a serious movie. Got it. I thought it was going to be serious until
did you?
Until that moment happened. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. And then she, dropped an F-bomb, which is always so weird when you hear a kid do that. I was like, that was...
Yeah, there were some of those that right out of the gate. Oh.
Anyway, to me, it does look like a fun friend, I guess, not road trip, like a road trip, but they're flying everywhere. But anyway, because one is going to go and find her birth parents. The adopted girl's going to go find her birth parents out in, I forgot where they actually flew to now. I think maybe it's Japan, or no,
China.
They went to China. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it does look funny to me. Anyway, just one of those really like bridesmaids type of ish raunchiness, that type of raunchiness. Yes, that's what it reminded me of. So, I actually would be down to see this. Like I said, I like Ashley Park, and she's the one playing the adopted one. So anyway,
it I don't know. It kind of offended me right out of the gate, and I just did not. It didn't catch me. There were funny parts. But here's the thing with shows like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes the funny parts are in the trailer.
That is true.
And I can see that this show being maybe that, but who knows? I'll let you see it and you tell us.
Okay.
Because I did see. So the creator, they did Crazy
Rich Asians,
agents. Not agents. They're not agents. They were Asians.
Asians, yeah.
And I didn't see that, but I did see it. I think it was on HBO or something, and I enjoyed that show. I liked that.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was good. And so this is just kind of quite the departure from that. But again, it's the trailers. So, I wasn't a fan. So, at least not yet.
Yes, right. Yes,
you never know. It could change.
You don't know. That's true. That's true. I must say the drug part took me out. That part I was like, no.
Right?
That part I was like, this is weird. But I did like the end with the whole we're going to be K-pop stars. I was like, Yes, do that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't believe they're really singers. Anyway, you have to watch the trailer and tell us yourself,
Yeah.
but I did think that part looked funny. Then we have No Hard Feelings. This will be out June 23rd and stars Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Barth Feldman, Lori Benanti, and Matthew Broderick. So this looks really funny, y'all.
It does.
This is Jennifer Lawrence doing comedy, which, you know, until you really think about it, you don't realize she really has never done a true comedy before, which is so crazy because she is, during interviews, she's just so funny in her life.
But she's got this, like, demeanor about her where it's like she's serious. It's like she's not even trying to be funny.
Right, yes.
I totally think it works.
Yeah, I think I do think it works. In case you haven't seen the trailer, it's the basic story is that she needs some money. She's hired by Laura and Matthew's characters to, date their 19-year-old son played by Andrew. And, of course, hilarity is going to ensue because he is super awkward and nerdy, and she's just trying to pull him out of his shell. So there was many funny moments.
They're worried because he hasn't had sex or even drinks.
Right.
That's 19.
That is the funniest thing. She orders him a Long Island iced tea. He doesn't know what it is, and he's like, "This is not a regular iced tea." As he spits it out.
They were probably hippies, and we just don't know that yet.
Right? And then he's like drinking wine in front of his parents, and his dad's like, savor it. And he's just chugging it. No, savor it. And he just keeps chugging it. I'm like, okay. It's like, no. Anyway, it looks very funny. I'm very happy to see Jennifer Lawrence in the comedy. And she hasn't been anything in a while. She got married and she had a kid. So she's been kind of like, I guess, doing the home stuff. So it's cool she's getting back out there into movies. And then finally, we have Big George Foreman. This will be out April 28th and stars Chris Davis and Forrest Whitaker. Actually, I can't believe we've never actually had a movie about George Foreman.
Right?
That's so crazy when you think about it. But this actually looks really good. I think it'll be informative because I don't know a lot. I am one of those, because of my age. I'm 45, and I never was into boxing, but this was before my time. I came about knowing about boxing in the Mike Tyson era. So,
right.
I knew about George Foreman once he came out with his grills. Sorry to say.
That's
my
funny.
parents had to tell me, he's a famous boxer like he is. He used to box. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So this would be something interesting to me, so I can learn more about his backstory.
He was a good guy too,
because I didn't know anything about his boxing life or career. So
I wasn't into boxing either. I just knew he was a boxer. Yeah. And he had the George Foreman grill, which I did buy. I did get one of those George Foreman grills. And
I still have one, folks. I still have one.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Anyway,
yeah, they are good.
What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was good. Chris Davis, who they got to play him, never heard of him, never seen him in anything before, but he looks good for it. I think it's going to be I do think the title is funny. They're calling it Big George Foreman.
Yeah.
That's the movie title anyway. But I do think it looks good. It's going to take us through most of the aspects of his life, it looked like. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, like I'm kind of on the fence about this one.
Okay.
But I don't know that I'll go out to the theater and see it. But if it
That's
comes,
true. I don't know
home,
if I'd see it in the theater unless for something like one of my parents or something wanted to go, and so they were like, "Hey, will you see that with me?" But it would be.
But I would definitely
watch
see it. Yeah,
I just
here.
did not go to
Same
the theater
here.
to watch it. So
yeah. So I think for me, we've got probably 1.5 out of 3. So
have options to watch.
Right.
Okay.
For the trailer.
Okay. So whereas I'm down for all 3 at the end. So I'll keep you posted on what we end up watching.
All right. Well, I think that's it, right? That's all we have for this week.
Yeah, that's it.
So thanks again for listening, you guys. And we sure had fun, as usual. And we hope you enjoyed it as well. You can always give us a review or a comment, as it really helps us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.